Hello. Hello, everyone. Is my mic on? Yes, I think it is on. So, I thought I would look good on a stream today. Long time no live stream. So, cheers. No beer, it's just lemonade. I hope you guys are good. And have a great week. Today is hump day, Wednesday. I'm working on my playing card deck this week. And I thought I could stream a bit of the process. So I've been starting to draw some ideas for the clubs, as you see here in the background already. And the clubs will be focused or themed around gaming. So my first season, or the first round of cards I made, were the hearts. These were quite obviously based on love and relationships, called Magical Love. And the second one will be based on games, and I'm going to, you see the little PlayStation here, so I want to focus it on a little bit of retro gaming, 90s gaming, because that's, as a 90s kid, that's the stuff I grew up with and that I still kind of have a hold a big affection for. I think there's lots of people who are thinking the same or thinking similar way. And I want to kind of interpret retro gaming with maybe a little twist of cyberpunk or retro futurism. We will see. And I'm about to draw the card for the Jack of clubs. So not the king. So that's wrong here. That's supposed to be the Jack. This is just my placeholder for the layout, so I know where the boundaries are, and that's just to give me some guidelines, obviously. But yeah, that's my plan for today, or what I want to do today. Apart from that, I hope you're good. I think we still have a very small audience, but if you want, let me know what you're working on, how your week has been going so far. If you're sad that summer is over, I surely am sad. I just came back from holidays in Greece on the weekend, and I'm still adjusting to not having sun and warmth anymore, because it's very gray and cold out here today. Alrighty. So, for the cards, that was my Apple Pencil. So for the cards, second my Mac. Okay, I hope that works. I am using two kind of grids for these cards concepts. The first is that I have an isometric view, which is of course easily to set up in Procreate by turning on the isometric grid. But I also, as these are playing cards, and we know from playing card designs that these are mirrored often, especially the court cards, so the Jack, Queen, and King. And as I want to have these mirrored, I'm not using the isometric grid here, but the symmetry grid. I'm putting it on horizontal, and I'm also putting it on rotational, I think. Let me just try if that is correct. So if I draw like, okay, that does not work. Oh, I have to turn on the assistant. No, okay, that's correct. So if I have this kind of person standing here, the rotational does that, that you don't mirror from here to here, but from here to there. And that's quite cool, I think. Of course, you could have like, you could have like non-rotational symmetry, but I think that looks weird on playing cards, and that's also not what playing cards look like usually. So usually you have kind of a king here like that, and he's looking in this direction, and then on the other side, if you flip it, he looks also to the left, always to the left. So yeah, that's the idea behind these. So let's see. So as for the asymmetric grid, we still want to go for asymmetrics. So, and we need a grid for that because it's almost impossible to draw this, to eyeball this. So I'm going to pick, let me just see, there's one in here. Somewhere, there you go. This is the Queen of Hearts design. So this is kind of the grade of detail and the overall style we're aiming for. Here's the king. So I always have the scenes with little characters in them, and they are always in the top left, the characters facing to the right. And we want to keep that to create some consistency. So here's the grid just as a layer. Nothing magic about it. Put it to multiply so I can see the guidelines here as well. Alrighty, and so yeah, my idea about my concept is to maybe feature classic gaming consoles on the Jack, Queen, and King card. So what I probably want to do is I have to find out if it works. We're going to do that together. But what I want to do is basically have the console in the middle. Like this, taking this kind of area. And then we have cables, we have probably game pads. We have the characters interacting with the consoles or playing some games in a way. And the special thing about this kind of card design is, if you look at the let's look at the Queen once again here. Where is she there? We have little differences in the design. So let's say we have a symmetry here. There's the pen. It's the same. It's just mirrored. We have the staple of paper here. It's the same. But then there's the character. If you look at this here, and then at this, you see there's different. She's sitting here. Then there's the rose that is kind of how do you say, like it's old. It's missing the word. It's broken. And here it's a fresh rose. And then in the middle we have this piece of paper with the heart that, if you mirror it, doesn't kind of that doesn't work with the symmetry. So we have this element in the middle that isn't adjusting to the symmetry. And these are little details that I love adding here, because it's still a symmetric layout, but it has certain differences on the sides, and that you probably only see when you look a little bit closer. So yeah, that's the goal. So, and when I add the PlayStation to the middle, let's say a bit large, probably I'm going to make it a bit smaller later. But probably, let's say it takes kind of this space here. By the way, I have a new iPad. I had to buy a new one because the old one broke. And I'm not really happy. I wish I could have just kept my old one, but it was just like it had a faulty screen. The screen had displayed colors wrong, and the only reason the new one is better is because I have the new Apple Pencil Pro, which is of course more expensive than the old one, obviously. And the only cool thing is that if you push it, you see, look at the top of the screen, the eraser and the brush change when I push it. And you can of course put some other functions in this pushing the pencil thing, so I could change between other tools, and that's really nice. It saves some time because I don't have to tap on the eraser manually, which is nice. But apart from that, the pencil drains the battery much faster as it used to. It's apart from that, it's just the same, and the iPad is very much the same as before as well. I don't really feel any difference in my daily workflow, and it's just been quite expensive. So I don't know. I feel like Procreate should probably get rid of the Apple exclusivity, because I feel like the iPad is kind of losing the advantages it had for other tablets, I think. So I still love using it. I mean, I don't want to complain too much because it's a gadget, or not a gadget, but it's a tool that I use almost daily for my work, and I really need it, and it's working fine. And I'm also happy to pay a certain amount of money for it. But if it breaks after 3 years, with a 2,000 euro device, then I think that's not really cool. So, but well, I think this is the first stream I'm doing with the new iPad. But for the viewers, nothing much changes, I guess. I just wanted to say, if you think about doing the upgrade, I think it's not really necessary. Yo, Michael, how's it going? GM, back to you. So this could be the basic spot for the PlayStation. And I think I want to have like a person, maybe. I've been thinking about adding a person here, playing some VR games. Obviously, VR wasn't a thing when the PS1, or during the PS1 generation. But as I mentioned before, I think I would love to add some retro-futuristic elements to it. So I don't want to kind of stick too close to the original games or the original stuff. In general, I just want to kind of give a little hint to the 90s gaming era. This also will probably prevent me from sticking too close to any copyrighted designs, so, because I don't want to hurt any copyrights of Nintendo and Sony and so on. So I'll see how close I will stick to the originals there. I think there's no problem in displaying something like, for example, a Nintendo 64 design or something, but maybe I'll give it a little different twist or so. We'll see. So now I have that. Tricky part is I mean I could add a gamepad here. Comes out, but the tricky part will be to make that symmetric, because obviously there's no gamepad coming out in the back. That would be weird. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that. Mark, yeah, I'm using a matte screen. We have it lying around here. So I used to have the Paperlike earlier, which is great, but also quite expensive. And I tried a couple of other ones, and I bought like 3 different screen protectors from Amazon just to try them. And the problem with the other protectors is that they feel great when drawing, but they wear off the tip of the pencil extremely fast. So I don't know if you can see that. I think it's probably a bit difficult with the camera. No. Yeah. But you know how it looks. So the pencil tip wears off quite fast with the other screen protectors, and somehow with oops. No, go away. Somehow with the Paperlike it lasts a bit longer, but from the drawing feeling it's just the same, or a bit different, but also just good. Oh, you know, the built-in you mean the built-in protector? No, I didn't try that yet, but I was a bit concerned because I mean the matte protectors wear off as well after a while, right? So they get scratches and they kind of lose their rough surface. And I wasn't sure about the iPad, so I didn't want to buy an iPad. But I still have to look at reviews for that. But I didn't want to buy an iPad that had a totally worn off screen after like a year or so. So I prefer the option to change the protector, to be honest. So but if any one of you guys tried it and wants to share their experience, your experience, feel free, because I would love to hear how it works, or if it's good. So yeah, I will copy this design just to get the right size for the character, because I want to be consistent there as well. We have just about this size. And I think I want to, like I said, I think I could see there a guy like the Jack playing some VR games, maybe like in the middle of some action. maybe with there used to be these guns. I mean, that's kind of a whole game classic. These guns that you can use on the big what's it called? I'm just stupid right now. I'm missing the word. Where you, I don't know if it's VR games, but where you basically have this gun that you can point on the screen. I think these used to be around quite early, so maybe I want to go with this kind of vibe and give the character here 2 of these guns. If it doesn't look too aggressive. But maybe I should give him a neck first. The only thing that is a bit annoying is when you draw a character and you cut a piece and resize it like this, it doesn't do the same on the other side of the symmetric canvas. So that's a bit weird because, or not weird, but it's annoying because I like to scale around elements a lot. Hey Date, how's it going? Also Elsa, sorry for not saying hello to your emoji. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, lightning. Yeah, probably lightning guns. Would be sounds familiar. I don't want to have them look like too much like real guns, of course, but can go into detail here later on. We'll see. Also, they can get like thick cables, so it really looks like old school gaming. Like when we did not have any wireless options. Oh, I didn't really see that this is kind of interfering with the PlayStation. I think it's maybe a bit too large. Of course, the VR headset has to be really large, like the first ever made, because it's ridiculously large. The good old reference. Saying that they just can't get fixed in Procreate. There you go. Okay, the PlayStation is still too large. He's still standing kind of in there. So I have to find a solution for that. Of course, it's a bit bulky in general because it's like a box. So there's really not many ways to display it other than like that, like taking quite some space. But I think I may have to make the character a bit smaller, or another idea I had is if I could just make the character on the other side of the canvas sit down. I think that's something I like better. Let's quickly clean that up again here, that mess I made. By the way, I probably missed that when I'm doing that. In case you're wondering, I have on the very left here, you have this little box here that I'm ticking. And I set this can be programmed manually, so it does what you want, and I set it to drawing assist on and off. So if I switch it on, it does this symmetry thing for me, and if I switch it off, it doesn't, which is a nice shortcut for me because I'm very often switching that on and off in general, and you probably did not get that, so I just wanted to explain. Yeah, and I think I mean, gaming, at least for me, usually takes part in a sitting position. So I think I could probably just place him on a nice couch, so that I have a nice the nice difference between the two sides of the card. And this way he doesn't interfere with the PlayStation anymore. Or at least not as much. Maybe the chair can just be in both sides, so think that works quite well. What does a 90s gaming chair look like? Did they have any back then? No, I can't really find. I'm not sure. I think the 90s didn't have really real gaming dedicated chairs. But if you can, you know, some gaming dedicated sitting items, let me know. Maybe it can just have a little bit weirder shape compared to a regular chair, and that's it. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty happy with the overall pose here. Of course, there will be more details like on the clothes and everything, but this is just a regular, just a rough scribble, so it's fine to keep it like that for now. I really want to add at least one controller plugged in here, one gamepad. Yo, Ali, how's it going, man? I've been on your mind. What for? I hope only in a positive way. Yeah, things are pretty well. I'm feeling quite relaxed from my holidays. I had a great time with my wife in Greece, and my to-do list is pretty full, so I'm probably a little bit crazy for doing these playing cards on the side as well, because my commissions list is so full. But I want to try to do more of what I love and focus on the projects that I have a big passion for, which is this one for sure. So yeah, I'm trying to make some cards in between, and I've been doing some nice commissioned work as well already this week. So now this is kind of my yeah, if you want some me time, drawing some playing cards. But I really need to get going on some stuff. Also for the upcoming book that I'm going to release. Hopefully, maybe around the end of or late October, together with Dominic and lots of other artists who we invited to take part. But I have to advertise it a bit more so we can get more people interested in the book, and also do my part on the art that comes into the book. And I also want to record some podcast episodes with the artists that are part of the project. So as you see, yeah, it's not going to get boring so fast for me. Yeah, especially if you're able to sell the cards as well, so you can make a little bit of money on the side from these projects. That's of course really great. So it's not like only personal. I think I can say that by now I'm not doing like personal projects anymore that are kind of 100% personal. I always try to turn everything into a project. And to kind of like turn it into a Kickstarter project at some point, or to put it in my portfolio, so I can really target, like do a targeted addition or create an addition to my portfolio where I think, okay, this will help attract new clients or stuff like that. So it's never really fully personal, but I think you get what I mean. Like, it's work that I really have a passion for. If this full deck of cards comes to life at some point, and I have, I don't know, 50, I think 52, right? I'm not sure. I think 52 cards that I'm when the time comes that I have these done and completed, and I can kind of release the full deck, that will be just really insane for me. Yeah, I don't know how I find time. Not focusing on hobbies that much, probably. Yeah, it's I'm really trying to still like go to the gym every now and then and work out a bit and meet some friends. But most of the day I'm sitting here and making art. So that's certainly what most of my time is spent on. And my pile of shame, now that this is gaming focused and inspired by gaming, of course my pile of shame is also growing bigger and bigger because I don't have time. Alrighty, I like the whole composition by now, so I'm thinking about elements to add that will, of course, I mean, obviously we have a big white space here that needs to be filled, and I'm thinking about adding some, I don't know, retro PlayStation game related Easter eggs or hints. Funny thing is that I feel like with retro Nintendo games, you always have the items from the Super Mario games, the Zelda, all the kind of stuff on your mind. But with PlayStation, I am not sure what items there are that are kind of classic or legendary and that everyone directly connects with like the shell or the stars with Super Mario, or the sword and the Triforce and the potion, or the little the currency in Zelda. What's it called? The not diamonds, but the gemstones that Zelda can pay with in stores. So I'm not really having that with classic PlayStation games for some reason. So I'm thinking like, what are classic games? Classic franchises on PlayStation is probably, I remember back then it was like Metal Gear, for example. Yeah, Spyro was also on my mind. Oh yeah, Crash Bandicoot. But is there any items? So I want to add. By the way, hi Sebastian and Dominic. These guys. Tomb Raider, right? I had that on my mind as well. So, but is there any item? I want to add kind of some items here that are remarkable and kind of legendary for these kind of games. Or I can just add like a huge, I'm just calling it lighting gun because I don't know the right term. Maybe it is lighting gun. Maybe I can add a huge like, all these guns here. That would probably work as well. That's it. That's the gun. It would fit in there quite well. Yeah, you guys. Get a room to laugh. The buttons are a great idea. You know, I could make the symbols, like add them in a huge, like some huge cubes. That would be possibly a cool idea. If that's not too much like on brand. But that's that could look nice. To cheese. What kind of cheese? Or I'll just add a big DualShock gamepad, like I never played Tekken. It's funny because I never was a Street Fighter, Tekken, Mortal Kombat kind of guy. Somehow never got into it. My pencil behaves weirdly, it doesn't. Okay, now it does again. That gamepad got a bit large, but you get the idea. I think my favorite game used to be Gran Turismo. but I can't really add a car into that drawing in a nice way. That would be a bit weird, I think. Was Kingdom Hearts not Disney? Not Disney. Wasn't I always thought there was a Nintendo franchise. Yeah, Crash is cool. Crash, I loved Crash. I remember there were these crates that you have to crash. Haha. And there were these kind of tiki masks, right? Let me just quickly have a look here. There were these. This one here. This kind of this thing. That was like that I'm connecting that a lot with Crash Bandicoot. Was that the yeah, that's just thinking how to include the mask into this drawing. Maybe with a crate, and that would be cool, a cool idea. Like one of the crates from Crash Bandicoot, and then there's just the mask leaning against it. I like that idea. So it's basically just a plank of wood, I think. Like that. Kingdom Hearts, yeah. Maybe they released it on Nintendo consoles later on, but maybe not. It's probably for some reason I never played it, even though I love the style. But I'm not sure why I never played it, to be honest. Whenever I saw reviews, I always really thought like, oh, I have to play this, but then never did. Yeah, I like that mask. I think it could be yeah, there could be like a couple of items. It's small. Bigger. Yeah, the keys are a great idea. Let me see. I also have an instant image with those cool keys in my mind. I think they had that on the cover art, right? Definitely rings a bell. Oh yeah, there's the PlayStation 2 game. It was the character standing with a key in his hand. It looked really cool. Now that's a nice idea. There is a PlayStation 1 version as well, by the way. Let me just finish up that crate here. Just checking if they have the special design. So they also always had this. Hang on here. They always had this X in the middle. Like that. I'm also thinking about because I need some kind of background element. Like here I add the ink here as some kind of floor element. I think here it could be just some CDs. No, that. Not so easy. I remember how I always found the dark CDs so cool because you knew the silver ones, and the PlayStation ones were also so they were always so black, bluish, I think. And I really love this kind of look they had. Yeah, Ratchet and Clank is fantastic. Did you play the PS5 version? The last one? I love that. And also, I want to really play Astrobot on PS5 because it looks like it has this Ratchet and Clank vibe with the great graphics and like lots of chaos going on. Yeah, sure, childish, but I mean, I love these kind of games. It's like old school platformers that are like a little childish. Maybe, I mean, sometimes they're really hard, but they don't need to be. If they're kind of creative and have creative levels, I'm fine with that. So that's on my shopping list now. Just have to find some time to actually play it in the end. So I've got some wild overlays now, but it's not so. Probably I just should have done that in the very end, but I just wanted to see how it looked. Find out if this was a good way to create the floor that I mentioned. So let's check it out. I would really love to add some kind of Tomb Raider item, but I'm not sure. I mean, I can't really add, or can I? Lara's boxy boobs. I mean, I'm just thinking if I could put her in some kind of frame, not just the boobs, but her like a portrait, because I find these boxy boobs are like the most iconic element or item. I don't want to say item, but in Tomb Raider from the PS1 era, it's kind of so legendary. And I saw a photo of someone wearing a Tomb Raider costume for Halloween a while ago, and she had kind of the PS1 look. And it looked really cool. It was such a great idea. So maybe I can put a portrait of Lara with a hint to the boobs in there. We'll see. Yo, Davey, how's it going, man? I finished all the hearts, so that's 13 hearts, and I finished 2 clubs, but I did not share them so far, so they are kind of not revealed yet. So that's the standing, and this is the Jack of clubs. So yeah, still lots of cards to go. I mean, it's still going to be almost the whole clubs. Then I have the spades and the diamonds. The whole. I think I have an idea for the diamonds. Somehow have a hair flying around here, but I can't find it. Weird. Feel it, I see it, but I can't grab it. So yeah, the project won't be done until probably mid 2025 or so. It really depends on how much time I can find to create the cards, and it's a side project. Right now I'm really busy with commissions and also with Mirror Dreams book, of course. So whenever I have a minute or I feel like I need to do something else, I'm trying to work out a couple of cards, and then it's just going step by step. But I don't have any deadline or so. Not a PS5 yet. Yeah, I can. So if you at some point if you manage to get or make the time, I can only tell you that if you like Ratchet and Clank, you'll really love the last part they released with what's it called? Rift Apart, right? It's a really lovely game. The graphics are insane, so yeah, much recommended. I think it's probably just saw it on Steam, is that right? I thought it was PlayStation exclusive, but yeah, it's available on PC, so you can get it on Steam. Interesting. Didn't know that. Yeah, it's been on my bucket list for a while. I mean, I have done it before, so it's not my first ever playing card deck, but the first one I did in, I think it's almost been 10 years now, together with a friend from uni. She and I just had the idea to make that on the side when we studied here, and it was really fun, but back then it was a whole lot of work, and we only did the designs for the chords, and now I'm doing the designs for the numbers as well. So it's really not just 3 times 4, but it's 13 times 4. So, and I mean, you have to come up with the ideas as well, right? So it's sometimes I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, I mean, I have lots of ideas, but they still have to work for cards as well, and they have to fit in the whole concept and everything. And sometimes I'm sitting there and like it's thinking like, okay, what the heck can I put on that card? Where's a nice idea? But so far it worked great and was fun. So, and the topics are cool. So this kind of retro gaming topic I have here now is super rewarding and so much fun to work with. And then I will have for the diamonds, I will probably make food the topic. That's not 100% decided yet, so secret. No, it's just that I still have to decide if it's going to have like only food as a topic, or if there will be some extra, like, I don't know, I could think of trash food or so, something a little bit off, because that's what I did with the first season, Magical Love. That was also kind of a tiny bit like off, with a little like fantasy, and also a little dark, like showing a little bit of a dark side with all the characters in the court cards being kind of heartbroken if you look closely to what happens in the illustrations. So maybe I will do some kind of trash food or some stuff in that direction. We'll see. And for the spades, I have some ideas on my list, but I haven't decided for one yet. Yeah. I'm thinking of putting a Lara Croft portrait here that doesn't hide the box too much. I really love the idea, and I have to see how I can. How I can add that to the layout in a good way, because I think the position here is not perfect for the frame. Yeah, Ali, thanks for dropping in today. It was great to have a little chat. And see you soon. The tarot deck is also, of course, I mean, I think that's probably even on more bucket lists of artists. So if you look at who wants to make a full card deck of a poker deck like I do, or a tarot deck. I think tarot is probably number one. And that's maybe on my list if I manage to finish this one successfully. I could see myself making a tarot deck at some point, yeah. I think I'm going to just put some kind of photo of Lara here on the floor. That's it. This is something else with the new iPad. Since I got the new one, sometimes, as you just saw, my brush doesn't really do what I want. And it didn't happen before, and it happens now that I have the very expensive new 2024 machine. I don't know. It's I had that in a very, very rough way, so that this just was not too bad, but I had it in a way that made me restart my iPad because I couldn't work anymore. So that happened a couple of times already. So yeah, it's not too happy with the Switch. So yeah, I sure hope to add a Super Nintendo as well. So I want to. I'm thinking about doing 3 of these console-based artworks. One with the PlayStation 1, and then one with a Nintendo console. And I think, I mean, I'm a huge N64 fan, so I've been thinking if I should put that one or the SNES. And I didn't decide yet. And the third one was like, the idea was to use a Dreamcast or a Mega Drive, so some Sega console, even though I didn't have one back in the day, so it wouldn't be like, it wouldn't be with my personal experience, but I think these are still legendary consoles. So yeah, that's the idea. But there will also be in the numbers cards, there will also be references to more consoles, I think. So I will the 2 of clubs will be having Joy-Cons. I know that's not really retro, but more contemporary gaming, but I kind of love the style of the Joy-Cons of the Switch. So I have that in the 2 of clubs, and then I want to add maybe a Super Nintendo, a gamepad to one card as well. So if it's not the console, it will probably be just the gamepad, but we'll see. Schafkopf. I don't even know how these look. Are these the classic ones with the actual, like, the clubs in terms of the Prügel? And there's like the cones or something, and the bells, I think, right? So the classic deck. A Cyberpunk top trumps. What's that? You mean like is it the game where you like have cars and you have like, I have this much horsepower and I have this so many cylinders and whatever. That's the top trump, right? Yeah, that would be nice. Oh, okay. I'm slightly glad that you have the same problem, Davey. Not really, because it sucks that you have the problems, but that it's just not me. But I wish they would maybe update it so it doesn't do that anymore. Would be helpful. Ah, okay. Eiche, Laub, Herz, Shell. Okay. Yeah, I love this classic design. I even thought about having this for this poker deck because in the end you're just exchanging the symbols or the index symbols, so you can still use the deck if you want to play with it. But I was afraid that people wouldn't understand it, and because everyone is very used to the spades and clubs and diamonds. Okay. I have to check in for a portrait of Lara, but I'm thinking like sunglasses, of course. Thinking like these kind of portrait style. But I have to find a good reference for this. I'm doing that later. So, as for the copyright thing, yeah, I'm trying to not. Of course, obviously, I can't use any logos, and I have to be careful with not sticking extremely close to the original designs. So, but usually, as long as you keep clear of using logos or intellectual property in terms of characters, basically anything visual that is kind of creative visual work, like a character, for example, it's usually not a problem. So if you display the design of the console without using the original logos, etc., I don't see much of a problem. But of course, it's like could potentially be dangerous if I get like too close to the originals. Yeah, so I have to be a bit careful about that. I'm not too concerned in this kind of, like, if you imagine like this PlayStation here. Of course, it will get more detail later on in the drawing, but this is so far away from displaying like the original design that I think it's no problem. And I did some research, so I looked up some cases, and there's no reference case where an illustrator, at least I couldn't find it, of course, but where an illustrator was sued for drawing something that looked like a Nintendo console or whatever. And Nintendo, of course, we all know that is very doesn't really understand much fun when it comes to using their IP, which I think is fine. Sometimes they're getting criticized for it. I think fan art should always be allowed because it's, in my opinion, it's stupid to go after fan art as a company, but yeah, when it comes to selling the decks, etc., of course I have to stay clear of a couple of things. With fan art, it's always really, I mean, it's sometimes it's really paradox because there's lots of artists who do fan art, and that stuff often really sells good because people love their characters and love their stories they know from Nintendo and Disney and everyone else. So yeah, it's tricky sometimes. So I'm adding the key here from Kingdom Hearts. And then I have Tomb Raider, I have Crash Bandicoot, I have Kingdom Hearts. I think that's cool, a cool collection. I would love to do something about Spyro. Maybe I can give a hint to Spyro later on in another card. Yeah, I tried to turn off on and off Bluetooth, but it didn't really make a difference for me. So I really had to switch off the whole console, and then it worked again. So this key is this crown design, right? Well, quite busy, the whole card, but I like it that way, so it's fine. Lot going on. Okay, now I have to... I think I have to add some cables or something here in this area, so it looks a bit more interesting. And I also have to make sure that this part here is working. I'm not happy with how the key sticks out here to this side, so I think I'm going to move it a bit. Because for me, it kind of breaks the layout a little bit. Or creates some kind of imbalance. I'm not sure if this will make it better or worse. Yeah, I think it's better. Oh, that doesn't really... That's too close to the index here. Stupid. That does not work. I'm still not really happy with the key, so I'm going to flip it so the head of the key. I don't like that it's kind of pointing from the outside into the scene, kind of. I think I want to have the head of the key here, and then basically point towards, like point outside the canvas. Like that. Okay, yeah. Good enough for now. Tricky shape, this thing. Yeah, if you don't want to watch me playing around with these shapes back and forth, that's too boring. Just grab my free ebook about isometric art. You learn all my tricks, how I create these isometric drawings, and it's free. You just have to sign up for my newsletter. That's all I'm asking for. And there's a link in the chat. Where's the chat? There, I think. Yeah, still available. Go get it. If you like. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Cool. So I think I have all the basic elements that I want in there. I just I would like to add even more cables so to make this look really nice and busy. That's the best about retro tech, is that there's way too many cables all around. And we all love cables, of course, except for in real life. Okay. Okay, let's find a good Lara reference for the picture here. This is my favorite cover, by the way. It's the pose and everything is kind of really funny. This one was pretty good. I mean, her boobs shine very nicely in this one here. Let's put her in there. Okay, this is for later, so I can trace it. Yeah, so I think I'm good with the overall layout. I love the whole composition. I think there's need for like some smaller element here because I tried to leave a little bit of safe area around the index, of course, but still I feel like it's a little bit out of balance. So maybe I'll add some small, maybe another cable or a plug or something here. Maybe something. A gamepad plug like this or so. I could maybe make it just as big as the ones that stick in the PlayStation. Like that, yeah. Okay. Thanks, Tate. Glad you like it. And of course the PlayStation itself needs some little polishing. Yeah, I'm working with After Effects for the animation. It's basically really simple now because I built a template and the card is turning the same way all the time anyway. The only difference is that, for example, on the chord cards we have the full spin, so it spins around like that. And the number cards only turn left and right, but it's always the same effect. Now, here on the side we have that cooling. I think these are cooling elements, something. Okay. Yeah, looks good to me. I think I'll send it to my boss so he can approve it. Okay, boss says it's fine. so we can head over to the outlining. And I'm using the John Creese brush here for this season. So yeah, let's head into outlining a little bit. That's another issue I have with I had with the old iPad, and I have it with the new one as well. I was hoping that it would be gone with the upgrade, but unfortunately it seems to be yeah, there you go. It's whenever I want to draw a straight line in Procreate, I can just hold down the pencil and it gives me a straight line, and somehow when I load it, only when I have it on the power plug, this function sometimes doesn't work. I did it again just now, but it wasn't the right position, so I didn't see it. So it kind of gets lost of the, like, it's unstuck. So when I move it, of course now I want to show you and it works, but and it sometimes doesn't work at all from the beginning, so I have to redraw the line because it doesn't stick to it. And seriously, it's nothing too bad, but it's there you go. There was it again. Can't see. So so weird because and I don't know if it's like the temperature of the screen. I feel like in some screen areas, like when I put it on the side here, I feel like it works better. So I'm wondering if it's the temperature of the screen or if it's the protector maybe or so. It's really weird, but it's tiny bit annoying. There you go. There was again. But I really don't want to unplug my iPad whenever I need to use this function. And I know for the regular viewers among you that I complain about this quite often already, so I'm going to shut it now and accept my fate. Sebastian, are you working on something cool lately? Like, apart from your regular, very, very cool 2 work? Any bigger project you're working on? Dude, what's up? I think I have to restart my iPad. It's always breaking the line. I'm trying the Bluetooth thing. Maybe it works. I'm not sure, but didn't before. Oh, nice. Hmm? Okay, it told me that it couldn't connect, but it connected anyway. Nice. Okay. Well. What? Holding the color picker button like that. Oh, color picker, you mean? No, I mean, color picker is this one here. No? This is the color picker for me. Or did you mean something else? It's even worse than before. Hold it with your finger, okay. But how would I use? Oh, I need to use the other hand then. So left hand, like parts of your arm, touching it with it. No, doesn't really do something. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Yeah, it's I mean, Procreate is probably one of the most intuitive apps I ever used. So it's crazy how many functions there are that you kind of don't know but discover randomly, or that you learn about in a YouTube video or whatever. It's really cool. And at the same time, I mean, apart from their Apple exclusivity that you can, I think, definitely criticize, but I guess it made them lots of money. But they have such a fair monetary concept with the one-time payment that nobody else does anymore, because everyone wants you to pay monthly for their shit, and they just don't care and just do their thing, which is great. So it's really, I think the digital art world definitely needed such a company making such an app with lots of passion and disrupting. I would even say it had like a disruptive character, what they did to the likes of Photoshop, for example, who suddenly were like, at least to me, Photoshop felt so outdated on drawing features once I used Procreate for the first time. And it has this magical simplicity while being complex at the same time. That is crazy. So wait. The left under the brush bar. I mean, this one here. I programmed that to be to switch the drawing assist on and off, so I don't have a color picker there. So it probably doesn't work for me. Hey Babushi and Kim, how's it going? Thanks for dropping in. And I hold it. Oh no, it doesn't do anything. The question is it a feature I need to know about? Like, is it really helpful and great? Oh, come on, let me draw my lines. Doesn't. I don't want to restart the iPad because connecting it to OBS, or not to OBS, but to my screen capturing thing, and then to OBS is sometimes a little bit wobbly. So when I have to restart the iPad, I can as well close the stream and come live again once it works, because it often doesn't connect at first try, and then it's or I have to turn this stream into just chatting instead of art. So I'm trying to push through here for a bit, and then I can call the stream completed as well later on. So Dominic, did you learn something new again? Right, so come on, let's draw the Lara so we can all have a little bit of fun. I should do this on a separate layer, but that's unfortunate. No, wait, what was the plan here? That's better. Only straight lines. Oh yeah, memory card was crazy back then, right? Insane, really. I also remember on, was it on N64 where you had these booster packs that increased the memory on your console or something, and you needed the booster pack for some games. I remember some stuff like that as well. And there were the memory cards. Then there were the Rumble packs. I think, was that for Game Boy or for? No, that was for N64 as well. So the Rumble packs for the vibration. It's just really cool what we had like buy separately back in the days. Nice, Lara. Maybe we should like do some little smoochy on there. Or a little heart. Yeah, great. Ah, the brush is driving me crazy. Or the pencil, not the brush. The brush is great, of course. I made it myself, so it's of course fantastic. No, but it's really... It's really fucking annoying, man. So I think I'm going to restart this thing in a bit and say goodbye to you. I'm sorry. Not my fault, it's the iPad. Yeah, it's by now it's almost impossible for me to make this, to create something here. Okay, I'm going to stop now. It's really unusable. Fuck this. So, guys, thanks so much for coming in today. I also just hit the 2-hour mark, so that's also a good time for a stream. Oh, just see, I have the cards here, the finished ones as well. So I just didn't see it before because I didn't look at my overlay. Okay, cool, great, nice idea that I had there. All right, friends. Yeah, I'm going to be live again soon with another one of these, or probably when I'm going to color this one here. That would be a nice idea as well, I guess. So I will return to the stream, and hopefully with a better working iPad. All right, and the finished cards, of course, will be on my social media channels as usual. First on Patreon as well, and also in my Drip Telegram channel. But that Patreon is basically the place where I post all my work first, so everyone gets like a early sneak peek on everything. Yeah, I think that's it. Thanks so much. Cheers, Sebastian and the other guys. See you soon. Bye-bye.